What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to this week's first and only episode of the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Anthony.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're back. Today marks the start of the NFL offseason for the greatest podcast on turf. We selected an order of the divisions from most boring we don't want to talk about to our favorite teams / divisions that'll be fun to talk about that'll have a lot of free agency moves. So today we are going to be breaking down a potential offseason for the NFC South. Bucks, Panthers, Saints, and Falcons, going through their salary cap, their free agents, potential draft targets that they should have, guys who they should cut, and just some big news storylines, I guess. Whatever you're watching this on, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, rate us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple, show us some love. Check out our exclusive segment on YouTube. We did a UFC 272 fight predictions, fight breakdown type of deal. So you don't want to miss that. Be sure to check that out and also check out our sponsor. We're going to go get some food after this, actually, from
Little Italy Pizzeria. They got the best cheesesteaks, the best pizza in all of Delaware. 2 locations. One of those in Middletown, Delaware. The other one is in Townsend. It is a great family business, great food, great people, great prices. Be sure to come in and check it out. Let them know that we sent you. They will take care of you. Show proof that you're subscribed and that you listen to us, and they will hook you up with an additional discount.
You have my word on that discount. I promise you. I'm telling you, go in, get some discount on the cheapest food around. All right, so we're going to go ahead in order of the draft, in the order that these teams pick. So with that being said, the Carolina Panthers are the first team we're going to be discussing. The Panthers pick at the 6th overall pick.
Correct.
They're 6 for a reason because they're terrible. The Carolina Panthers are right now 18th in salary cap. They have about $15 million, which really ain't bad. They do have some free agents, though. Stephon Gilmore's a big one. Hassan Reddick's another big one. He was a big part of the reason Brian Burns had such a good year. Dante Jackson, who they probably won't bring back because he's like their 4th or 5th corner. And, I mean, that's really it, though. So where are we at with the Panthers? What are the Panthers doing this offseason?
I'll tell you what their first thing that they have to do is try to find a way to get rid of Sam Darnold.
Yes.
$19 million against the cap should be absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's way too much money. You're paying him $18 million, and I just don't see how it's possible. There's plenty of guys that I'd rather pay $18 million than Sam Darnold.
Yeah, nah, they need to
any quarterback that you could possibly name. So that's one of their things that they have to do. The rest of the team, I don't think they should be spending a lot of money in terms of free agency. When teams suck, don't spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because that's how you keep sucking. You have to kind of get your pieces, and then you build on those pieces. I mean, you can argue that they kind of have them, especially in the secondary. They're pretty solid there, I would say, with Horn, Gilmore, Henderson.
Gilmore's a free agent, but they still have 2 solid young corners in J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson.
So, I mean, they're getting there. Brian Burns is still there.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey. So they have a couple young pieces, but the team overall just isn't very good. And that's mostly because the quarterback position. So, give rid of Sam Darnold. That's one thing.
Yeah, I mean, the only players I'd really suggest for the Panthers to go after in free agencies maybe offensive line. Just because how weak it is, and just so you can draft a quarterback or draft another receiver if they need to, or draft some help on the defensive side. I mean, I would recommend offensive line. This offensive line class is pretty good. Brandon Sheriff's out there. Teron Armstead's out there. Dwayne Brown's out there. Ryan Jensen's available. Matt Paradis is out there, who's another one of the Panthers' key free agents who they should bring back. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif for the Jets. I mean, there's a lot of veteran offensive line options that would be good for the Panthers. But, I mean, they got to figure out quarterback.
That's usually the first step in rebuilding a team in the offseason.
But, yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, when you do have Sam Darnold, who's making $20 million a year, that's fucking brutal.
That's one guy that needs to go.
That is brutal. What's their draft picks looking like this year?
Pick number 6. Ooh, that sucks.
Don't they not have a second-round pick?
Or a 3rd. Or a 4th.
They don't have a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th-round pick? Where
Correct.
are they?
What do you mean?
The 2nd went for Sam Darnold. They traded the 2nd and 4th for Sam Darnold, and they must have moved the 3rd for something else.
Gilmore? Is that they got Gilmore?
No, Gilmore was a 6th, because I was fucking pissed. I was pissed.
Well, they have a 6th. They have 2 5ths, a 6th, and a 7th. They have 1 first-round pick. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded back.
Yeah, seriously.
Because they don't have shit.
All right, so looking at the draft board, by 6, Evan Neal's gone, Hutchinson's gone, Thibodeau's gone, Ike Mekwonu, you could say, is gone.
Yeah.
Then
I mean,
we don't really know what the Jets are going to do. So, I mean, I would say no Kyle Hamilton. They have Jeremy Chin.
Quarterback is the only thing I would take at 6. Or I'd move back.
You'd probably, I mean, depending on how the draft board goes, you could have a team trading up for like a Stingley or a Charles Cross.
Yeah. I'm trading back unless my quarterback's there. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, what quarterback is worth you drafting at 6?
It does.
Because it sounds like Matt Corral ain't even doing the combine.
We haven't even seen the combine yet, so that
combine starts what, tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean, it's too early to say, but like if they have a quarterback that they think is their guy, that's the only guy I take at 6. I'm not taking a positional player when I have no other picks.
Can you take the risk of trading back though and hoping a quarterback falls? Or do you just have to? I think you just have to take a quarterback at 6. And
in my opinion, like when teams draft quarterbacks, they have one quarterback that they want.
That's true.
I don't think that they're in love with multiple quarterbacks. I think there's one guy.
That's true.
And I mean, I could be wrong on it.
No,
but I think
there's
one quarterback that you fall in love with, and if you think that you might be able to get him later, then shoot your shot. If your quarterback is Desmond Ridder, you can probably trade back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
if your quarterback is Matt Corral or even Malik Willis, I think you just got to bite the bullet and take him.
Or Kenny Pickett, if he has a good combine, then you might just have to do that. But I mean, with no 2, 3, or 4 round picks,
you gotta just draft your quarterback unless they bring in somebody. But who are they gonna fucking bring in? Who wants to go play in Carolina?
Why is the Carolina Panthers playing like the Rams? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trading away all their picks for what?
For Sam Darnold.
For Sam Darnold. You're right. That's what they did.
Any free agents you think they should bring back? I think they need to bring back Hassan Reddick.
Anybody younger than 27.
Hassan Reddick is 27.4.
He's gone, unfortunately.
I think they need to bring him back. Him and Brian Burns on the other side, that was a pretty big deal.
No, I don't think Hassan Reddick's that good.
On the other side of Brian Burns, though, dude, I mean, I think you got to.
Get a comp pick, move on with life. I don't think you understand how bad the Panthers are. They suck. They're god-awful.
Okay. I don't think they need to bring back Gilmore. I think Gilmore's going to want a lot, and they already have 2 good corners.
And he's 31 years old.
That's true. Matt Paradis, he's 32.
Linemen have a longer shelf life.
Yeah.
32 is a low up there, though. Killer Cam, you got to bring him back.
Killer
Cam
Cam.
morale. Got to bring him back.
Got to bring him back?
Got to bring him back. No, it's a joke. You can't bring him back.
But the
Panthers, Reddick, I could see. He's 27. He's like right on my cutoff.
The Panthers have to draft a quarterback. I think that goes without saying. They need to. I didn't know they didn't have a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round pick.
I don't know if there's any quarterbacks out here they can go grab. Fitzmagic.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Talk about rebuilding the team at a young state. Big Ben Fitzmagic is out there.
Matt Rule's got to keep his job, bro.
Wasn't he rumored to be trying to get like Jimmy G or something? No, he was rumored for somebody.
I don't know, bro, but they need a quarterback. He's got to keep his job. I'll leave it at that. Moving on next, we got the Atlanta Falcons who pick at the 8th overall pick. To start off, some free agents that the Falcons have.
They only have 3 picks.
The Falcons have 3 picks?
1, 2, and 3, and that's it.
I mean, I guess those are the picks you want to have, though. Your first 3 rounds.
I mean, when you're rebuilding, you need to have a ton of picks.
That's true.
Just to, hit on one of them.
The Falcons are 25th in salary cap. They're negative $6.5 million. That is due to Matt Ryan being owed, $48.4 mil?
48.8, I think.
48.8 mil they have to pay Matt Ryan.
48.6, my bad.
They can't cut him. They have to they got to keep Matt Ryan for another year.
Because
you can't cut him or you can't trade him. Because they owe him almost $50 million.
How much money is a team allowed?
I think salary cap to an extent is only real. I think salary cap is just fake.
Okay.
Teams find money.
They have 4 guys. Hold on. 9 plus 11, that's 20. 31. 54. They have 4 guys making 54% of the cap. Or you can just look at Matt Ryan making 25% of it himself. He's literally 25% of the team. That's
bad.
I don't even think the Chiefs are that bad with Pat Mahomes.
No. Well, because Pat Mahomes is getting so much money spread out. Matt Ryan is still owed. When they gave him that big-ass contract, when they thought he was good for some reason, they gave him a lot of money on the back end.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes is $35
now it's the
million.
fucking back end. And they owe him $50 million this year. Matt Ryan sucks.
Like the Packers are doing. They keep pushing it back, and you realize...
And they want to give Rodgers $50 million a year. They want to give Aaron Rodgers $50 million a year.
I heard that's what Rodgers wants. That's not what they want.
They're prepared to give it to him, I'm hearing. I'm seeing they're prepared to give him to him if Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to stay. They're prepared to give him whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, so I mean, at that point, why can Rodgers complain about not having a number 2 option? Anyways
we ain't talking about the Packers. We'll talk about them in a few weeks. But
I mean, the Falcons team, they have decent pieces. But I mean, Calvin Ridley, I heard he's leaving.
Yeah, he's
Deion Jones, he probably wants to leave. I don't know. I mean, this team is...
I mean, Dante Fowler's a free agent. Cordero Patterson was their best player. And...
They have no money to even...
Their best scorer in Younghoe Koo is a free agent. So, I mean, Russell Gage as well, who was their number 1 receiver. Foyesade Luakan's a free agent.
There is a very solid chance that this Falcons team is bottom 5 next year.
I mean, they barely missed it this year. What are they, bottom 10? Bottom 8?
They were, close to playoffs, though. I think they had,
because the NFC was so top-heavy, though. I
Yeah.
mean, the Eagles fucking made the playoffs. Come on.
Yeah.
And the Saints were right behind them. And with Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian, the NFC was so top-heavy this year. It's like you can't even say, oh, they almost made the playoffs with 7 wins. That just shows how bad the NFC is.
They still got Julio at dead cap.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Yeah. Still paying him $15 million. 7% of the cap.
If I'm the Falcons, they need to trade whatever they can. They need to get whatever they can for Calvin Ridley. Grady Jarrett's got to go. They need to go full rebuild.
And we're not saying these guys are bad. We're not saying
that they need to go. The Falcons need to go full rebuild and just, I guess, rebuild around Kyle Pitts
and AJ Terrell.
Kyle Pitts and AJ Terrell. You have a cornerstone piece on offense, a cornerstone piece on defense. Grady Jarrett's got to go. Deion Jones got to go. Calvin Ridley's got to go.
Probably even Matt Ryan if you can figure it out. I know.
Matt Ryan's got to stay.
You can leave him.
Isn't Matt Ryan a free agent next year?
If he's a free agent next year, he can stay.
I don't think they can move him anyway, just because
they literally have to say, we'll cover 50% of his contract.
Okay, so he's under contract next year too.
So they have to call up a team. I don't know if it even works like this. Call up a team saying, yo, give me a third for Matt Ryan. We'll pay 50% of his salary.
No. Because his dead cap this year...
Yeah, but I think if you trade it, I don't think dead cap...
Okay, so the cap hit this year for Matt Ryan is $48 million. The dead cap, if they trade him or cut him, they owe him $40.5 million.
I think you can get around that. If Matt Ryan wants to get around it, I think you can get around it.
Even next year. He's due for... Next year's the year, because the dead cap's only $15 million.
You have to get him off... Oh, okay.
But his cap hit next year is still $43 million.
You have to get him off the team somehow. Figure that out.
Then in 2024, he'll be 39 years old as an unrestricted free agent.
I mean, Matt Ryan's got to think he wants to go somewhere else. I feel like the NFL can get around that. If Matt Ryan don't want to be there, somebody does.
Tell you, I don't fucking want that motherfucker.
I'm telling you, somebody would take him, like the Panthers. Like Matt Rule.
Not sure why, but I'll let them do his thing though, I guess. Jesus, but the Falcons are in such a bad spot.
So far, out of the 2 teams I've looked at, they're in the worst spot.
Out of the 2 teams we've looked at for the offseason, the Falcons are in a horrible spot. They're in a very bad spot.
And we've looked at the Panthers, who aren't in a good one either.
I mean, the Saints ain't in much of a better spot, who we're going to talk about in a second.
We looked at the Panthers, who have Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback. And somehow, the Atlanta Falcons are in a worse spot.
And I want us to argue that the next team we're going to talk about is even worse. The Saints. Because
Are we no free agents for the Falcons, right?
No, the Falcons they can't afford it and they shouldn't.
Just getting it out there.
Yes, draft targets, best player available,
or trade back.
I would argue this is the year to draft a quarterback in the first round because they can sit behind Matt Ryan for a year.
I wouldn't hate it if they traded back either.
I wouldn't either. But you look at best player available, it's probably not a corner just because you have AJ Terrell.
No, it's a quarterback. It's a quarterback. It's one of the edges false. You need like a game changer to fall. So like a left tackle or edge needs to fall. Or it's quarterback, or you trade back. I'm not taking a cornerback.
Are you drafting a Charles Cross at 8?
No.
Are you drafting like a David Ojabo, Trayvon Walker, or Jermaine Johnson at 8?
I'm drafting a Hutch or Tibbs at 8.
Really?
That's it.
Or you're drafting a quarterback at 8, or you're trading back?
Yeah, I'm getting a cornerstone, or I'm trading the hell back.
I think it's got to be quarterback.
Cross might be.
You have a second and third round pick where you can address best player available at safety, edge, corner. You got to get a quarterback to sit behind Matt Ryan.
Yeah, they should have got one last year.
I think they should have got one last year. They should have got Justin Fields to sit behind Matt Ryan last year. Come in and start this year. You have the best backup in football with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. But the Falcons are fucked. The Falcons are going to be in a hole for probably 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, until they can get Matt Ryan off the books.
Well, at least this next team has draft picks.
Yeah, but they're negative $42 million against the cap.
They're still paying Drew Brees.
And that is the Saints we're talking about, if you didn't know. The Saints are negative $42 million against the cap. What are their draft picks looking like? Because I don't have the list pulled
Shit ton. First round, 18. Second round, 49. Third round, 80. Third round, 99. Fourth, fifth, and seventh.
Okay.
So they got their fair share of draft picks. 2 third-round picks. You can get 2 starters there. They got 4 starters in this draft class, probably.
Yep.
Give or take.
And then free agency, though. That's where they get in trouble. Teron Armstead, Marcus Williams, Jameis Winston, Quan Alexander.
I think these guys are... I mean, if they let these guys go, they're not going to be $40 million against the cap anymore.
No.
Because these guys will be gone.
Yeah. Those are big pieces. Marcus Williams is a top young safety in the league. Teron Armstead's one of the best tackles in the league.
I heard good thing about bringing Jameis back.
I saw that too. Poor Jameis.
They have Jeff Heath. Right?
Dallas Cowgirl legend. Ty Montgomery.
I don't even get how are they spending this much money? I don't even get it.
You tell me.
Who the hell are they paying?
Drew Brees. Didn't they pay Taysom Hill a stupid ass contract?
Yeah, but I don't think it's really.
Marshawn Lattimore gets $9 million a year. Cam Jordan's getting $14 million a year. Michael Thomas's contract is stupid.
He's getting $20 million a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Ramchick is getting 20. Kamara's only getting 15. That ain't bad. Cam Jordan 17.
Taysom Hill $12 million cap hit.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's bad.
Malcolm Jenkins $11 million.
Yeah.
Bradley Roby is making $10 million. That's his cap hit.
So he's not necessarily making that.
No,
he's making 9.5.
Yes, but his cap hit. I mean, I'm just going on. I'm looking at cap. Marcus Davenport's cap hit is $10 million.
He was a first round pick. That's why.
Their kicker Will Lutz, $5.5 million cap hit.
I don't know if that's normal for a kicker.
I feel like that's kind of a lot. $5 million.
I don't know. I mean, Drew Brees. I don't know when that's going to be going. Hopefully soon, or than later.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas. His cap hit ain't bad yet, so it's probably gonna get worse soon. They probably backloaded it or something.
All these guys. I don't know how does dead cap work? Let me look that up just so I can talk about it.
It is probably going to be a long exclamation that we don't understand. Michael Thomas's cap hit next year is $28 million. It gets
in
worse.
terms used to describe money that counts against the team's salary cap, attributed to players who were prematurely traded or released to their contract.
Okay, so it's when you fail to do your contract.
Okay.
But when players request a trade, I don't think that counts against the cap or dead cap because it should, because they are.
That's true.
Getting rid of the thing too. 2023, Michael Thomas is a $28 million cap hit. As a receiver, that is
fucking horrible.
It's a number.
Jesus. That's
$27 million in 2024. Just to throw it in there.
All right. So what do the Saints got to do?
I think it's just Pete, and why is he getting $18 million?
He was on my Madden mobile team for a little bit. He plays guard. He was. I mean, he was really I think he's an 80 overall on my Madden mobile team. His base card's an 80.
Oh god.
So I mean, he's got to be at least average or below average.
That's fair. He's got to be right around average.
The Saints, they're another team like the Falcons who aren't bringing in any free agents, or they shouldn't anyway. They shouldn't bring in any free agents. I'm trying to just throw a mock draft up real quick to see.
Oh, you can edit the team and like cut people?
For real?
Yeah. Who do I want to cut? Let me cut Michael Thomas.
Yeah, that probably fucking brings them down.
I don't know.
They can't cut Michael Thomas. They just made him the highest paid receiver in football. They're gonna have to trade him.
All right, who do we want to cut?
Literally everybody. Taysom Hill.
Okay, let me cut these.
Get that fucking guy out of here.
It's 2023 cap figure that's a big number.
How big are we talking?
So I think we just added $19 million. We're gonna cut Taysom Hill.
Okay, so they need to start by cutting Taysom Hill.
Or we lost $19 million. I'm not sure. This website ain't very clear.
I mean, if they can, I would say try and bring back Teron Armstead. He's 30 years old. I feel like he's been fairly healthy.
I feel like Armstead, you just gotta let him go. Get a comp pick for him. Unfortunately, it's his time. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with him. It's just how it kind of.
Marcus Williams, I feel like he's going to get overpaid. Yeah, they need to. There's nobody here to unless you bring back Jameis. I feel like that's the only quarterback that I can back them bringing.
Yeah.
The only free agent. Then they just got to draft.
Demario Davis, he's probably got to go. He's old.
Yeah.
Davenport sucks.
Malcolm Jenkins has to go.
Malcolm Jenkins definitely has to go.
Bradley Roby has to go. Bradley Roby's terrible.
Yeah. Anybody above the age of 25 needs to go. I lowered the age on this one. Armstead gone.
They have a decent interior line. They have Cesar Ruiz and Eric McCoy.
I mean, they're not in a horrible spot.
They just owe so much money. And the fact that Michael Thomas is like the highest paid receiver in football is terrible.
Just think, would you rather have Jameis Winston or Sam Darnold? Therefore, they're in a better spot than the Panthers.
I see what you're saying. I do. I don't know if I can back that, though, because I would probably rather be on the Panthers than on the Saints. Because I'd rather not be a fan of the Saints either.
And the Saints don't have a coach. Just throwing it out there.
That's
we haven't
true.
We haven't touched on that.
We haven't talked about that they lost Sean Payton. Do you see Miami was going to try and go after Brady and Sean Payton?
I heard that, I didn't hear about the Sean Payton part, but I heard about the Brady part. Because Flores, went on a yacht, and Brady was there, and he got pissed. Because that was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard. And then that's probably when they wanted to go after Sean Payton.
The Saints need a coach. That's their biggest thing. They're losing Sean Payton, who's one of the best coaches in football.
I know a local guy that just lost his job in that area. Ed Orgeron. All right? Think about it. Coach O.
That's true. Coach O sucked. He got carried by Joe Burrow and two of the best receivers in the NFL.
They didn't hire anybody yet?
Who?
The Saints.
I think they promoted their offensive coordinator or something.
Oh, God.
Somebody, sorry.
Dennis Allen.
Was that their offensive coordinator?
He's a appointed coach, at least for now.
That's fair. The Saints, though, dude, they're in a bad spot. I don't think they're in a good spot whatsoever. Anything else you want to talk about the Saints?
He's a defensive guy, but no, I think I'm good. Saints.
And then the most interesting team in probably all of football, arguably right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What are they going to do? So they have decent draft capital. They have all their picks.
Okay.
But in the very end of every round.
Okay. And they also have $21 million of salary cap space available, which ain't bad.
I would say looking at the cap hit, who's got to go to free up some money? Probably Shaq Barrett, unfortunately.
Considering their free agent class is deep. Chris Godwin, JPP, Ryan Jensen. They just lost Ali Marpet to retirement. Ndamukong Suh, Gronk, Willie Goldson, Leonard Fournette, O.J. Howard, Ronald Jones, Richard Sherman, Gio Bernard.
Okay, they're going to keep Shaq Barrett.
Carlton
he's at
Davis.
least below 30.
Carlton Davis.
All the guys on this free agent list that are above 30 are gone.
Carlton Davis has to stay 25.
He can stay.
Sherman's gone. Are they keeping Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette and fucking Gio Bernard?
Fournette's gone. Gio's gone. shelf life on running backs sucks. When you're a 27-year-old running back, you're basically 35.
What are they doing with Chris Godwin?
Have fun in Miami? Because I don't think he wants to be in Tampa no more. I wouldn't want to be.
No. Who's your fucking quarterback? Who's throwing you the ball? Kyle Trask, or are they bringing back free agent Blaine Gabbert?
So where are they drafting Desmond Ridder?
At the end of the first round.
Yeah. That's your quarterback.
The Buccaneers, though, I mean, it really all depends on what they do in free agency. It really depends what they do. Because if they don't bring in a quarterback, you maybe look to trade up for a quarterback.
It depends. Tom Brady,
I think the Bucs are good enough to the point if they can bring in a quarterback, I think they're fine. Like, if they could bring in a Jimmy G.
I think, like...
Or even bring back Jameis.
I think this speaks a lot of Brady. I think if they don't do anything and just try to, like, rebuild, like a little temp rebuild, I think Brady's coming back.
Really?
Like if they don't draft a quarterback and stick with Kyle Trask, you're not going to convince me that Brady ain't coming back.
Brady retired, though, bro.
Yeah, but, like...
How'd he come back?
Literally, what if they just reload?
What do you mean, just run it back?
No, like, don't do anything for, like, a year.
And just suck?
Get a good draft pick. Get your money. Pay your people. Bring back Brady for one more year.
That don't work in the NFL.
It does work when you have Brady.
Why would you bring back Tom Brady, though? 1 year retirement? Like a year in the retirement?
I don't think you have a try. What the hell are you going to do? It's either they blow up and go get a quarterback. Because that's what you have to do in the NFL. You have to completely blow up.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way around half-assing it. I think you can do that. You either have to blow up or... I don't know.
I mean... A lot of these guys, bro. Holy shit. Donovan Smith, his base salary is $15 million.
Because, I mean, hear me out. Chris Godwin's 26 years old.
Yes.
Say you bring him back and you bring in a quarterback. Realistically, when is that quarterback going to get you a Super Bowl?
I love Chris Godwin.
I'm not saying he's bad.
I want Chris Godwin on the podcast. Chris Godwin, check your DM.
When is that quarterback going to get you a Super Bowl? It takes a team an average of 20 years to win a Super Bowl. It's like the average. So is this new quarterback going to get you a Super Bowl within 4 years? I don't know.
This is tough.
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Mike Evans, how old? 28? You're not going to convince me that quarterback's going to get him a Super Bowl.
Oh, what are the Buccaneers going to do?
Shaq Barrett's 29. You ain't going to convince me that a rookie quarterback's going to come in and win a Super Bowl before he's 30.
What are the Bucs going to do?
And Mike Evans is almost 29.
This division fucking sucks. Because all the teams are really older, they just suck.
They have like two choices. One of them is to bring in Jimmy G and try to run it back. One of them is to completely disassemble the team. And I guess the last choice is to half-ass it and end up sucking. And being 8-8.
I'm taking option A. Get Jimmy G, run it back.
You can try it.
Get Jimmy G, bring in Devontae Adams, and you run it back.
Yeah, just do that. At that point, just go get Rodgers. Pay him $50 million. Piss on it.
I think Rodgers is staying in Green Bay, bro. I've been saying that. I mean,
calculated market values, Carlton Davis is at $19 million. What?
Fuck out of here.
His market value is higher than Chris Godwin.
Shit.
What the hell?
Yeah, my nuts.
Yeah, I don't think I'm bringing back Carlton Davis.
Not for $19 million.
If Carlton Davis is on spot track right now, he's looking at a $19.6 million annual salary.
What are they going to do, Ryan?
It goes from Ramsey to Carlton Davis and then Marshall Lattimore.
Yeah, okay. These nuts, dummy. That don't even sound good. Like, that doesn't even sound right. Why would you make Carlton Davis like the second highest paid corner in football? I don't think he's that good.
He should be paid like the 10th.
Even lower.
Well, with the times changing and money being like increasing.
Yeah.
He should not be making more than Lattimore, though. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. So, what are the Bucs doing in the draft?
Well, they have a shitty pick.
They do.
Which could be a good pick for a bad quarterback. Which could be a Sam Howell.
Quarterbacks don't fall. I guarantee you Sam Howell does not make it outside of the top 25.
How many quarterbacks? There's like 7 quarterbacks. One of them will get there.
is there like 7 quarterbacks that hold? There's like 3 really good ones, and then like the Sam Howell, and then like the Desmond Ridder and the Carson Strong.
Yeah, I think one of them gets there. Like Kyle Trask got there.
Kyle Trask sucks.
So does Desmond Ridder.
At that point, I'm telling you, if I don't have the chance to get the only quarterback I'm taking if I'm the Bucs is Sam Howell, if he's there, because how much of an upgrade is Desmond Ridder or Carson Strong over Kyle Trask?
I mean, so there's 6 quarterbacks.
Yes.
There's no way all 6 of them going to first round.
What is the over-under on quarterbacks you set to go in the first round?
Oh, wait, there might be more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's still 6. I think there's going to be 4 that go.
You think?
Maybe 5. I don't think 6 go. 6 is a lot. 6 is a shit ton. I think the 6th one will make it to the Bucs.
Why would you take the 6th best quarterback when you drafted Kyle Trask last year? Because, I mean, in theory, Kyle Trask is about in this range if he's in this draft class.
Then don't. But I didn't practice with Kyle Trask for a year. So I didn't see how god-awful he was in practice. I mean, maybe he was good in practice. I don't know. Maybe they see something in him. But if he sucked, then... Like I said, you either have to blow up or you have to... Here's what I would do. I'll tell you what I would do. I would blow up and say we're going to suck for 3 years or 4 years. That's what I would do. I would not draft a quarterback at pick 27.
No, I'm not drafting a QB at pick 27 either. What they're drafting at pick 27 is probably the best wide receiver available or the best offensive lineman available because you just have a huge loss and you have a lot of free agent offensive linemen.
If somebody wants it, I'm trading it.
Shit.
Yeah.
What are you going to get? 2nd round pick? You ain't getting a future first for the 26th pick in the draft.
Yeah, you will. Quarterbacks there. 100%.
Dude, 27th, my bad. Titans pick.
I mean, you're not going to trade a first-round pick for the 2nd round pick and nothing else.
It's true. The Bucs, this division's just they're such a weird spot. Like, all the teams are.
They sold out for Brady, and it worked.
Then they won him a Super Bowl.
Now
Then Brady retired, and they got screwed.
Now, here's your consequences.
Yeah.
This is what has to happen, unfortunately.
It was bound to happen at some point. I think Brady should have just stayed, and they should have just ran it back. If Brady's there, the Bucs don't have a problem. All they need to do this year is sell out for a Super Bowl, and they're fine.
I mean, because Mike Evans is 28, Shaq Barrett's 30, Lavonte David's 30, Mark Litt retired.
Yeah, I mean...
Brady's gone. Cam Brady's got old.
Look at their free agent list. They have so many free agents. It's stupid. They have a stupid-ass amount of, like, big names.
JPP, old. Jensen, old. Sue, old. Gronk, old. Leonard Fournette, old. They're old. They're done.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. They need a quarterback. They need to bring back Jimmy G, bring all their guys out, and sell out for a Super Bowl.
So that's what you do. You sell out for a Super Bowl.
I'm selling out for a Super Bowl within the next 2 years.
Is this team better than the 49ers? I'm telling you right now, it's not.
They don't have a quarterback.
Take out the quarterbacks. Is this team better than the 49ers?
I'd say they're about the same. You take out the quarterback situation, I'd take them. I'd say they're about the same.
I think they're worse.
That's fair. The Bucs are in a bad spot.
Thanks.
The Bucs are in a fucking god-awful... Their spot sucks. I'd not want to be a Bucs fan.
This whole division. They sold out.
And that is why we're talking about them first, because this was a very, very non-talkative, interesting episode. This was just all... rebuild.
Because you suck.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to say. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and say that any 4 of these teams are going to be contending for the playoffs. I mean, maybe the playoffs, but not a Super Bowl.
Well, one of them has to contend for the playoffs, but that's about it.
That's a given, though. Like,
yeah,
that's literally the league doing that is literally the best team in here is just that's an easy
first round.
That's an easy win for a team in the first round.
All the free agents I'm seeing are above the age of 30, so.
Unless you sell out for a Super Bowl, you need to just rebuild. Because they have pieces that they could get decent value for.
Correct.
You keep Tristan Wirfs. He's your right tackle of the future.
You keep Devin White.
You keep Tristan Wirfs and Devin White. You keep Carlton Davis. Just not for fucking $19 million a year.
You saw his projected value, all right? That's a comp pick. That's a third round.
You got to keep Mike Evans.
No. What the hell is Mike Evans going to do for you?
Mike Evans is good for 1,000 yards a year.
For how much longer?
He's done it every year.
How much longer?
With fucking...
How much longer? He's going to be 29 this season.
Okay, so you keep Tristan Wirfs, Devin White, Carlton Davis.
That's it.
Is that it? Am I missing anyone else? I got to be missing someone.
Maybe
Devontae David's about 100.
Maybe Godwin if you want to keep
Maybe Godwin if you want to keep Chris Godwin.
Yeah, sold.
Yeah, I mean, try and keep like the linemen you have, because a good offensive line can get you a decent way. Ryan Jensen's a free agent. They just lost Marpet. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm good. Poor Bucks.
Be sure to check out all of our content from this week. Next week, we are bringing you guys our post-NFL Combine mock draft. We will be talking about the AFC South, maybe?
Sure.
We don't know what division we're talking about. We are doing a mock draft, though, so be sure to check that out. Subscribe to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. Check out our TikTok, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.